What the heck is going on, guys? How's everybody? Today we are going to be talking about the Fire Frankenstein Bulldozer. He is a super awesome unit to build, but super quick before we get into that, I want to mention this satisfaction survey. So you guys want to make sure you go and fill this out. This is just an area where you can have your voice heard. I really do think that they listen to these, and I think that they take a lot of what we have to say into consideration. So I definitely recommend you go and take 5-10 minutes to fill this out. They also have some sections where you can type out certain things. So you want to make sure you're typing out whatever you feel there. Friendly reminder, please don't go and be like, oh, Orbeez suck now because my character got nerfed or some crap like that. Try to give them honest feedback so that they can make good changes for everyone, because they definitely seem to listen. But with all that being said, let's get into the beauty of the Bulldozer. Alright guys, so Bulldozer is a awesome unit. Let's go over his skills super quick. So just his basic attack like everyone else. This skill is going to do damage based on his defense and a little bit of his attack, but mostly defense, as well as it has a 70% chance to stun for 3.5 seconds. So this is very, very valuable. And then his last skill here, again, is just going to do a bunch of damage based on his defense, and it's also going to hit twice. So it's going to do 600% of the defense plus the attack, as well as the 60% defense penetration, which is really huge because we all know how important defense break is. This, you don't even need the defense break. It just automatically is going to penetrate through 60% of their defense. So he is a very, very awesome unit. I have him fully evolved and fully awakened. I recommend you do that as well. He is a 3-star, therefore he is very cheap to do that with. And I'm going to show you my runes super quick. They're nothing fancy at all. I have him on Rage, and then these were just my best rune. I only had Foresight runes. I didn't have any good blade runes. But Rage for the crit damage, because again, any damage you do, whether it's based on attack, whether it's based on defense, whether it's based on HP, any damage you do, crit damage is going to add substantially to that damage as long as you have enough rate. My rate is relatively low. However, I use him in a lot of dungeons where he has attribute advantage, which is going to give him an additional increase in crit rate and damage. So that's why I've kind of agreed or settled at lower. But again, super quick, I have him on defense, and then crit damage. You can also go another defense rune here if you aren't feeling super confident about your rate. But he's super awesome. Let's get into where he is useful. So Expedition is something that we all kind of struggle with, especially the Wind Arcane. She is a hoe, but I find that Bulldozer is very awesome if you run her with Hela and Cassie, as long as you are strong enough, of course. You want to make sure your damage and your runes are really good before you do this, but he's going to help you speed clear this dungeon super fast. So the Fire Lizard we have mentioned previously to use for this dungeon. He is good when you're a little bit lower power. However, if you're going for speed clear, Bulldozer is going to be your guy. As well as if you start to run into some trouble or you have a bad run, he potentially can stun all of the stupid little spiders that she drops, which can be very useful because then hopefully they're putting on less poisons because they're stunned. But as you guys can see, it's just more of a speed clear. I think my fastest with this is about 19 seconds. We're going to see it here. But of course, Hela being huge here as well, but you have to have that Fire Warrior. So he's going to be the best Fire Warrior you can place as far as free-to-play monsters go. So as we can see here, that run was about 28 seconds, but my best is about 19. It doesn't fail very often considering it is a speed run team. Again, I'm using that with quotations because I know that's not super, super fast, but... So yeah, he's really good there. Let's get into the other couple of areas that he is very useful. So another spot that Bulldozer is super good is going to be your Spires of Ascension. So I will admit, I definitely got up here using my Valkyrie and my Fire Monkey, but I have since reset them. So a good free-to-play team that you want to use when you are just starting out, or maybe you don't have a lot of fire monsters, the Fire Bulldozer is going to be a key component in this team. He's going to be your key damage dealer, as well as the stuns are going to really help you push through some floors. Of course, some floors he's not going to be as good, but you also, honorable mention for the Trial of Fire, you want to make sure you have Chloe as well. But between Chloe and Bulldozer, these are going to be two really easy, awesome free-to-play units and picks for the Spires of Ascension Fire. But with that being said, let's get into the last place that he is good. So the last place I want to mention Fire Bulldozer is going to be your Galagos. So especially right now, we probably, if you're like me, you only have about 20 to 25 monsters built. I think I ended up having about 31, but then I had to add into some guys, some of my 3-stars to build them up more. but he is a really cheap option to have a fully maxed out monster for Galagos. So you're going to be able to have him max skilled, max awakened at relatively cheap. So this is going to help him, especially in your early stages of Galagos, as well as we know that there is special conditions that are going to change every season. So I'm sure he's going to keep coming up in these seasons. So right now they have the place 3 fire attribute monsters in one team. So if you were going for that, you could be running him in your all fire team, etc. So he's a really good option for this as well, especially in the earlier game or the earlier your account is, because he's going to be cheap and easy to build. But those are the 3 main spots that he is going to be good. Again, you're mainly probably building him for Expedition, and then there's just going to be some other small perks once you have him fully built. But we definitely recommend you build him. I think he's actually probably better than the Fire Lizard. However, if you're a little bit lower power, then it might not work out as well, because he's going to help more in a speed clear team as opposed to like a sustain team. But once you get to that point in damage, I definitely recommend you have him built. And then at that point, you should be getting close to being able to do Galagos as well. So he'll be able to help you there. And hopefully he can help you in some of your early stages in Spires. But hopefully you guys are able to learn something. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe as always, and we will catch you guys in the next one.